Hi everyone, this is Scott from Under the Glow here. Today I'm going to build another member of my Wasteland Warband. Just jumping right into it here. We have a bunch of relatively chaos pieces as well as some black orc or savage orc pieces. And this guy is going to end up being a human. Part of the warband is humans and beastmen. So he's going to be a human archer, and I saw this cool bow and said I'm going to use that. So this body, I'm just checking the dry fit in the arm here. It's a pretty easy build with just a little bit of fiddliness when it came to building the bow, and then later on when it comes to stringing the bow, which we'll get to in just a little bit. But otherwise, everything fit pretty easily with just a little bit of cutting. Like this arm goes on pretty much straight on, just a little bit of green stuff to fill that gap and give it a good angle. So here I have his foot, and we're gonna do a foot swap, mainly because I don't want him to look so uniform. So a foot swap's pretty easy, and it helps make him look a little more like he found that shoe somewhere. So one of the features of this warband is really just looking cobbled together, which means utilizing pieces from different models. This one is a shoulder pad from a Blood Bowl player, and just having that look across multiple models really brings the warband together. And this is a Necromunda Goliath arm, and once I remove that shoulder, it'll fit pretty much dead on, which I was slightly concerned about, and it ended up fitting really well, so I was happy with this. And so I'm trying to pose it so that he is pulling the string back. The angle's not quite right, but from afar it looks pretty good. Up close, you can tell it's not quite the right angle, but that's okay. Usually look at miniatures from at least a foot or two away, so that's fine. Just adding a little bit of gubbins. And here I wanted to work on the head. I wanted this gas mask with this sort of Viking, fantasy Viking head. So I'm trimming just the face of the gas mask so that it'll fit over the Viking helmet. And just a little bit of trimming, it fits pretty well. Little things like modifying heads or that foot swap really help make a model feel less like, why is this just a fantasy guy with a pistol, and more like he's part of the wasteland. He's a scavenger. He's found lots of pieces from different places and grabbed what fits and what is useful. And I think that aesthetic is what makes this type of converting the most fun for me. And here we're just adding his quiver. He's an archer, he's got to have a quiver. This is I think another Savage Orc piece, which the Savage Orc pieces are a little big, but they look pretty cool. And yes, he does have a bow and a pistol. I'm assuming he doesn't have any bullets for his pistol. Or maybe he has one. And right now I'm just going to fill in some green stuff, filling in gaps, smoothing out rough spots. It's usually the arms and the neck. That's what needed the most. And here I'm going to string the bow with dental floss. It's a little tricky. I should have done this before I glued the arm on and just left it loose so that I could attach it to the other hand. It was harder to wrap this than expected because the legs and body kept getting in the way. And just a little bit of super glue on both ends, and that holds it together. And here I'm just checking everything. I know his hand holding that is wrong, which I'll end up changing later, so that the string of the bow goes to this same side of his hand. And I do that later when I add this arrow. And this arrow is pretty simple. It's really small, but it's all plastic, so I plastic glued everything. And it's glued on both ends of where it's attached to the body. So I think it'll hold on just fine. And here you can see I've already fixed the string so that the string is going to the same side of the hand. And then I just filled in the hand where I had drilled a hole. And I'm plastic gluing here. And he's almost done. Ready to rock and roll. I hope you guys like that. Please check out my other videos, and we'll be back soon.